Hello everyone, Ace here, and today I thought we'd have a look at yet another game that actually runs on CXBX Reloaded. Well, kind of anyways. Today we'll have a look at a game called Secret Weapons Over Normandy. Rather interesting game from back in the day. One of my personal all-time favorite air combat games as well, at least arcade air combat games. I really do place this thing right up there with the likes of Star Wars Rogue Squadron, as well as the Ace combat games. But it is a little bit more obscure, I will admit. One thing about the particular game in question, though, is that the Xbox version is, well, you could argue that the Xbox version is in a way the definitive version. But I'll go on to that more in a bit, so let's jump right in, shall we? By the way, this was made by LucasArts. The same, and Totally Games, the same guys that made the legendary Star Wars X-Wing and TIE Fighter games from back in the day. Pretty sure they made a few other classics too. I'm trying to remember the name of one of them. Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe, that's what it was, yeah. So they've had some experience on this. This was, I think, their last game as far as air combat games were concerned. Now, the main theme is kind of, well, it's skipping is what it's doing, so we've got a broken record, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and do history. And we'll do the very first mission, which is Dunkirk. Simple enough.
May 26, 1940. I'm finally in Europe with the Royal Air Force, right in the thick of things. There's quite a motley collection of pilots from all over, eager to fight the Luftwaffe. One pilot in particular stands out from the rest. He's a Brit named Trevor. I hope to learn a lot from him if I can get past his upper-class smugness. Across the channel in France, though, things are going very badly. German forces have surrounded the Brits at Dunkirk and threatened to capture the lot of them. To avoid this disaster, the entire British force must be evacuated. Ships from all over England have been assembled to bring the troops home. Our squadron is going into action today to keep the Luftwaffe away from the evacuation ships. German ground forces are also on the move, tightening the noose. We'll have our hands full, as time is in short supply.
All right. Now, we could upgrade this aircraft further. Alright, so, yeah, as you can tell, there's a few issues with this, but we'll go ahead and get into the mission itself. My advice, here's a pro tip, never upgrade the armor on the aircraft in the game because that slows you down and reduces your maneuverability. So just upgrade the airframe and the engine. Alright, so we've already run into a problem with some stuttering here, or some freezing, and this is going to be a problem in the game itself too. We're going to go ahead and skip this. Now, one good thing about this game is that it actually came with, it gave you unlimited bullet time of sorts. Although, as a very curious reason for that, it's because of the fact that as you can see, it's already freezing up a bit, unfortunately. And like I said, this is a problem throughout the game, which is the main reason why I don't consider it to be playable at this point. I mean, you can play it. I've beaten the first mission like this, but I don't think that most people will enjoy playing the game in this manner. Go ahead and get this guy too. They took out the destroyer, but that's okay. And we're freezing up again. What I'm going to do is just beat the first part of this mission, which is just bringing down these Stukas, as well as a few fighter planes. But now's a good time for me to tell you of what made the Xbox version unique among the other versions. It actually had DLC. which was a big deal back when this game came out. I think it was 2003 that this one came out. It was still fairly new as far as an idea was concerned. This game came out to, by the way, compete with the likes of... It came out to compete with the likes of Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, and I actually prefer playing this over that, as bizarre as it may sound. But another thing about the DLC in this game, by the way, it was free DLC. You did not have to pay a dime to get it. And you could get it not only over the internet, but you could also get it at the time through the official Xbox magazine discs. They had the DLC on there too, which is how I got my sets. And the DLC that usually came, the DLC would usually give you a free new aircraft, a free new mission, and a brand new skin for an existing aircraft. Not too much, but considering it's free and considering there was something like 4 or 5 of these DLC, it was not bad. And the aircraft were good ones too, and interesting ones. So things like the Japanese Tony, the Italian Machi MC202, the German Heinkel 162. Okay, the Heinkel 162 is a bad rep for good reason. Because making a very cheaply made all wooden jet aircraft is not going to go well, especially if your glues are not up to snuff to hold the airframe together, which is the problem that the Germans ran into when they made the thing. Alright, so we got this guy pretty much. Just have to... He's trying to get me to crash. He's getting close, because I made it to less than or to around 100 feet getting to him. There we go. Got him. I'll deal with this guy too. And the other aircraft, oh yeah, the 4th aircraft was the F4U Corsair. Another really good aircraft. Also, the audio does that too, so... Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and call it as far as the mission's concerned. I'm sure you can all see the big issue that I have with this game, at least when it comes to the emulation at this time. But it's still an improvement. In fact, it's an improvement over the previous build where the ground wasn't even showing. It wasn't textured or showing up anyways. So the fact that it's showing up now is an improvement too. In any case, yeah, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.